Pontius Pilate, the governor caught between justice, politics, and redemption, a name cemented in history. Pontius Pilate was the fifth Roman prefect or governor of the province of Judea, serving from AD 26 to 36 during the reign of Emperor Tiberius. He is most widely remembered for his role in the trial and crucifixion of Jesus Christ, though his name appears only briefly in the biblical narrative. The gravity of his actions has had a profound theological, political, and cultural impact that echoes through centuries. Pilate's position placed him at the crossroads of Roman imperial power and deep-seated Jewish religious sensitivities. His personal struggle caught between his conscience, political pressure, and fear of unrest has become symbolic of the eternal tension between moral responsibility and public duty, title and position, who he was and what he represented. The Roman prefect of Judea, as praefectus Judae, Pilate served under the authority of the Roman governor of Syria and was charged with maintaining order and enforcing Roman law in Judea. He held military command, administrative control, and judicial power over a culturally and religiously complex province. Pilate in archaeological discoveries. In 1961, archaeologists uncovered the Pilate stone in Caesarea Maritima, an inscribed limestone block confirming his historical role and full title. In 2018, a copper alloy ring inscribed Pi Iota Lambda Alpha Tau Omicron Pilato was found at Herodium, possibly linked to his administration. These discoveries serve as non-biblical corroboration of his existence and position, reinforcing the historical credibility of the gospel narratives. Pilate's political role in Judea, balancing empire and religion. Pilate's governorship required constant mediation between Roman imperial interests and the deep-rooted religious traditions of the Jewish people. He often traveled to Jerusalem during major feasts to monitor potential uprisings. His efforts to assert Roman authority frequently clashed with Jewish sensibilities, leading to several conflicts, public works, and cultural tensions. According to Josephus and Philo, Pilate was responsible for large-scale infrastructure projects, including aqueducts to supply Jerusalem with water. However, he controversially financed these projects with temple funds, provoking outrage among the population. His harsh response to dissent, including suppressing protests with violence, fueled further animosity. Pilate and the trial of Jesus. The gospel narrative and a man divided. The Gospels depict Pilate as a conflicted man. He declares Jesus innocent, Luke 23-4, symbolically washes his hands of the verdict, Matthew 27-24, ultimately bows to public and religious pressure to authorize Jesus' crucifixion. His failure to act on his convictions reveals a deeper moral weakness, desire to preserve his own authority at the expense of justice. Why did Pilate yield? Pilate was concerned with preserving Roman peace, especially during Passover, when Jerusalem was crowded and tensions ran high. Fearful of civil unrest and political repercussions, he chose expediency over righteousness. His phrase echoes that of Caiaphas, "It is better for one man to die for the people." Pilate's role in the divine plan. Though Pilate sought to absolve himself of guilt, his involvement fulfilled prophetic scripture. His decision, while driven by fear and pragmatism, became a crucial moment in the divine plan of salvation. His reluctant participation in Jesus' death turned into the very means by which redemption was offered to all humanity. Pilate stands as a paradox, an agent of injustice, used to accomplish God's ultimate justice. His indecision became part of the path to the cross, revealing how divine providence can work through human weakness. Cultural and theological representations. The Gospels present Pilate as morally ambivalent but politically cautious. Philo and Josephus describe him as arrogant, violent, and insensitive to local customs. Dante, in the Divine Comedy, places him outside both heaven and hell, a soul who refused to choose, eternally punished for moral cowardice. Christian art often portrays Pilate as tormented, a man weighed down by guilt and helplessness. Lessons for the church and leaders today. Power without conscience. Pilate serves as a warning to leaders who exercise authority without ethical backbone. His political calculations could not shield him from guilt. Leadership grounded in truth requires the courage to act rightly, even when it's unpopular. Yielding to public pressure. Pilate's choice shows how crowd mentality can overpower individual conscience. The church today must resist conforming to cultural pressure and instead uphold the values of justice, mercy, and truth, even when countercultural. God's sovereignty in human failure. Pilate reminds us that God can use even human failure to fulfill his will. Nothing is beyond the reach of divine purpose. Our choices, whether bold or cowardly, still play a part in the larger redemptive narrative. Conclusion: Pilate between washed hands and a lasting legacy. Pontius Pilate remains an enduring symbol of conflicted leadership, trapped between fear, responsibility, and divine destiny. His story urges us to never remain neutral in the face of injustice, to act with integrity even under pressure, to remember that divine plans unfold even in the midst of human failure. If this message inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear the story of Pontius Pilate. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. See you in the next video for more powerful and inspiring stories from Scripture.